Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the D2D Podcast. I'm your host, Swagmaster123, or Swaggy. And at the moment, we don't have everybody yet, but we do have my main co-host, BrownboxerYT, and another co-host, Alfonso M59.
What's up?
We were just discussing earlier, and we forgot to mention this on this podcast, about bad movies.
Let me ask this. So I want to talk about this because it's prevalent in Hollywood right now about Kevin Spacey, and you guys know about what happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you this: Star Wars. You guys know Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If let's say if Harrison Ford, well, actually Indiana Jones, better series. If Harrison Ford found out was a murderer or a rapist, would Indiana Jones be a bad movie?
I don't know.
But the idea that, because what Kevin Spacey did, people were like, oh, he's a bad actor now or something, which I don't think is necessarily true, because I liked him in, what's it called, Hercules. He was in the movie. He was the devil. The devil.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it because for example, like Michael Jackson, is his music bad because he was accused of all this stuff, or Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
I just think it depends on perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, you were wanting to talk about how Emoji Movie stole from Inside Out and Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I was trying to talk about this earlier, but the problem was the mic didn't pick it up. It didn't pick up all of us. So yeah. So we were just talking about the plot of the Emoji Movie being so bad that it stole plot lines from Inside Out and
it made a lot of money. It made a lot of money. You have no idea how much it made.
It made money because it's a kids movie. It had
no, because a lot of people were making fun of it and getting it hyped.
Yeah, it's also that and the fact that it's a PG movie, so that
plus memes.
Because you know for a fact kids are not even gonna care if they see a talking emoji on the screen at 10 years old.
It's just that the movie productions are trying to appeal to a new generation.
Yeah.
And the newest audience.
That's how you do it.
The ideas of bringing some stuff that we all know in real life and bringing it into a movie form is a good idea, but the Emoji Movie is probably the worst of those kinds. The Lego Movie, based on trying to make it entirely based off Legos was a dumb idea, but it actually ended up being very good.
It turned out good.
It turned out very well.
Had a lot of big actors in it. If you really look it up,
if you can even think of it, Chris Pratt,
Ryan Reynolds,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Elizabeth Banks. And
there's a lot of big actors
a bunch of big actors in the movie. Even with Lego Batman movie, that one was also pretty good.
Had Mariah Carey.
There's so much that had good potential for that. Even though Lego Batman is a DC movie, it's still considered part of the Lego type of spin-off movies.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lego spin-off movie, Lego movie spin-offs, I heard about Ninjago movie in September.
I don't think it's gonna be good. I think it might be 6 or 7.
Well, I heard it fell behind against Kingsman in the box office.
No, it didn't. You're lying.
Are you serious?
No, I'm pretty sure it fell behind in the box office. Let me look this up. Kingsman, Lego Ninjago. When it came out, yeah, I was right. Kingsman hits target from the this is from the LA Times. Kingsman hits target. Lego Ninjago disappoints as franchises hit and miss at the box office.
It was a hit.
So, yeah, Kingsman was a hit, and which of course made Kingsman #1, making it #2, and I think #3 was Lego Ninjago.
I don't think that movie or that series in general was anything good. You could watch it, but you would get really bored real fast if you don't really care about the Legos.
Yeah, I mean, if you grew up with Legos, then you know it's gonna be good for you.
Well, not even that. It's to the point that it's just appealing to little kids.
Yeah, that too. I mean, nowadays we have like all these random modern gadgets, and not a lot of people are gonna care about Legos. I mean, if there are some that do care about Legos, then that's great.
Well, I mean, there are some that care about Legos, but at the same time, no one's waiting at the edge of their seat saying, "Oh shit, I can't wait to see you fucking in the Lego Movie 2."
I don't know. So there's so much that these movies like of course like we all know there are definitely some good movies and there are some bad movies. Which brings me to the next topic being about the DC and Marvel movies this year.
Are you talking about how they come out or how well they are,
Like
or in general?
both. Well, both if they're good and if they're bad. Starting off, I think like I think in May was the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that also, just like its predecessor, gained a lot of positive reviews.
That movie was
I
a
think
shit.
Marvel knows what they're doing.
hmm Wonder Woman, which came out the next month, also had positive reviews, but it was
I
probably
think Wonder
different.
Woman. Then and people consider Wonder Woman to be kind of like the start of the revival of DC, because like every movie they made that year was shit.
Yeah, I mean that
Oh
was
my
that was a good
gosh.
attempt, but Justice League wasn't as good as Wonder Woman
I'll go watch.
was
I'll
would
watch
be.
tonight. I have an app to legally watch movies.
Me
In
too.
quotes.
Me too. Definitely do. Um,
I don't
and then of
steal.
course, uh, that'll go to of course Thor Ragnarok, which also gained positive reviews, attaining a 91%, which is the Thor franchise's highest rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It was like the first one was like a 71, and then the second one was like in like 65,
I
and
really
then it
didn't
just
like
got a really
the
big boost. That's because of the
ending of Thor was annoying. The first one,
yeah.
kind of the second one. It just depends.
I think the second
I
one
think
was just the black sheep of the Thor franchise.
the first one, like the first movie, I liked most of it until the ending. But that's the problem with Marvel movies. They don't know how to end a movie.
Yeah, they like to just leave it up there, saying, we'll return." Like for example, Guardians of the Galaxy, they always put like the credits of like the first movie and the last film that they just did. They'll say they will be coming back. Like in the Volume 2, they said they will be coming back in Infinity War, and then of course they put a teaser trailer. I think I think it was last year for Guardians Volume 2.
Well, speaking of teaser trailers, have you guys seen the Deadpool 2
Oh
teaser
yeah,
trailer?
that one was definitely fire. I loved it.
The what?
We were talking about the new Deadpool 2 trailer, the teaser.
That's hilarious.
I loved it.
It was a funny trailer.
I
Ryan Reynolds is a great actor,
yeah.
but they're also. I mean, you know, one thing that Sony can. I wanna go back to because we're on Marvel. Sony can't do, and I'm kind of glad they don't have the rights to it anymore.
Yeah.
is Spider-Man.
Well, they kind of do.
Oh no, they have slight rights.
I want to say
somewhat of rights.
I want to say the only other film in the Marvel universe that was done by Sony and pretty much got dropped was the Ghost Rider franchise.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like, the first movie was a success, was kind of a success. The second movie, pure trash.
I don't know. I like Nicolas Cage. I think he was perfect for that role.
Yeah, he was perfect for the role in the first one. The first one was really good, but the second one really just made a joke.
Yeah.
There was not much to be had for that film.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the movie could have been a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
I think every movie could be better, except what's it called? I think movies that can't be changed, like why can't I not remember it? Kind of like you could like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like you can change it.
Like you can
change it, yeah, but it's not gonna be good.
Yeah. Like the Ghostbusters 2016. I probably think was just probably terrible, even though I never decided to watch it.
You can go watch. It's really bad.
Yeah, like,
and I don't mean like, oh, it's bad, like it's like funny. It's just like awful, and it's only bad because there's a 5-minute intro about this ghost. The ghost has nothing to do with the story. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that too. Go on the topic of Ghostbusters 2016. Some other friggin' this one YouTuber, Cinemassacre, one of the guys behind it, James, he was mentioning the fact that he doesn't plan to watch the new Ghostbusters because of the fact that it's trying to ruin his childhood.
I just think the movie could have been. I don't think it needed all those comedians.
Yeah, I mean it's like why put a bunch of SNL stuff on there? Like it doesn't work out.
Speaking of SNL, I got 2 hours until it actually happened.
Yeah, but what could have been benefited from that would actually be like a cameo appearance of Bill Murray, and quickly before Harold Ramis died in 2014.
He died
of his of it, like his ghost, like if like a Bill Murray being the passing it down to the new generation.
Yeah, I would have watched that.
A good example of this, or actually two examples of this, is I think Star Trek, the reboot that J.J. Abrams did, is that he brought the Leonard Nimoy and passed it down to the new Spock.
I think what's it called? What is it? All of the why can't I not think of it? All of the I guess movies that are kind of like passing down, they're either hits or miss usually.
Yeah.
Like they're really good or they're really bad. You can pick one,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not gonna get the other.
When we were talking about Spider-Man earlier, like Spider-Man has grown exponentially ever since like the first film. Like I have to say my favorite actor that only plays really good role for Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire. I will have to say
he was supposedly in Boss Baby.
Yeah, I think he was, but he was only narrating.
Was he really?
I think he was, but I haven't seen that yet.
I really don't believe that.
But back to Spider-Man. Just watching the old Spider-Man just with him is amazing. Like if Andrew Garfield couldn't beat Tobey Maguire to the game.
No, cocky as shit, and he was really rude.
Yeah.
Like he's not a nerd. He's not. He's just someone who really doesn't care, because that's appealing.
Pretty much.
That's all he was, and I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. It's just that that's all he really did, or that's what I saw. Like, yeah, he could do this, but if you want something, no, you're not gonna get it.
And then, of course, the Spider-Man: Homecoming, which I
haven't
thought
seen
was
it.
really good.
Is it good?
It is. I watched it. I think while I was in Orlando, back in July, I was in Orlando, and I went for a 4D screening for that. And
Was it fun?
it was a hell of a lot of fun. I enjoyed the film either way. There are a few good jokes. Tom Holland, I think, does a pretty good role for Spider-Man, even since his debut in Captain America: Civil War.
That should have just been the next Avengers, realistically.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with saying that you can do that, but more of like, hey, you could have made this game.
Yeah, I know.
Or something like that.
I'm also glad that Marvel decided to do the whole thing by bringing Spider-Man in. Because I remember the first Avengers, Spider-Man wasn't even in it, nor in Ultron.
I don't like Ultron. I feel like it could have been better.
Like
the first Avengers,
pretty
funny.
I love the first Avengers, especially this one scene. I remember watching. I laughed my ass off. It was when the Hulk gets up to Stark Tower, and then she gets it Loki tries to argue with the Hulk. Like he's saying I'm a god and I'll not be fooled by him or something like that. And then Loki gets grabbed and Hulk starts smashing him.
Perfect scene.
It's like the perfect scene. Everybody in the theater was laughing.
I think everyone knows that part, especially. And that's the thing about the Avengers, and Marvel. It's more of a comedy. Yeah. It's satire.
Yeah,
but the problem is you can't watch it over and over again.
And I'm sorry, but spoiler. Even in Thor Ragnarok, Hulk recreates that.
He recreates the scene?
He almost entirely recreates that scene.
That's hilarious. I gotta watch that. I'm trying to watch it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the rest of this month to watch Thor in the theater. I'm telling you, the new one is really good. I know for a fact it has not just only Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston returning for Loki, but it also has Jeff Goldblum playing the ruler of this one kingdom of fighters that we saw in the teaser trailer for the film.
Yeah.
You
can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. The film Thor was probably the most funny Marvel movie I've watched to date, close to Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. Like the Thor Ragnarok just had so many funny moments. I think Guardians of the Galaxy probably the first one probably stomped it. Because I think there was more humor in the first one than there is with Thor. Not to say Thor isn't getting all the humor it gets. Because I can definitely tell you, I love the humor that I have.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if I like the whole war thing, there's so many characters involved that they're gonna have to split it up into what they said, 3 movies or 2, right? Around there.
I think the recent Thor was the 3rd installment.
I don't know if it's really gonna I'm talking about Infinity War.
Oh, Infinity War's the 3rd one.
Now I don't know. Like I didn't like Ultron. It's because it had too many characters. Either it's gonna have so many characters that they're gonna not know what to do, or keep those characters in a small area or a large area and spread them out and keep them around to the point that all right, we know where this is, we know where this is, we know where this.
Well, I
is.
think
It's a little bit annoying, but we can get used to it.
Well, I think with Infinity War, they're trying to bring a lot of the characters, including Doctor Strange, which I haven't even watched yet. Doctor Strange, I heard it was pretty good too. But I think Doctor Strange is going to be in Infinity War, and I think the Guardians of the Galaxy are definitely going to be in Infinity War. Or just
All right.
pretty much a bunch of the Marvel stuff in there.
What did I just watch? It was a Rocky. There we go, Rocky. And you know Rocky.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's going old
How do you
school.
feel about the series in total?
Well, I like the first Rocky film. I definitely loved it.
Yeah.
I think it started going downhill by like Rocky 4.
When he fought the Russian.
Probably.
What about the fifth one? How do you feel about that one?
Probably haven't seen the Rocky Balboa.
No, that's the sixth
Oh,
one.
sixth one?
There's technically 7.
Well, I haven't seen.
You're counting Creed.
I haven't seen like all of them. I've only seen I think up to 3. But
You can go watch them. You can watch the whole series. It's pretty fun to watch.
yeah,
I just think it could be a lot better.
yeah, I know. Speaking of with the franchises, now switching gears
Everyone
to
now is trying to do a franchise, and depending if you see that good or not, it's kind of worrisome. Like Star Wars, that series will never die.
yeah, that's what I was just about to go to. Star Wars, like the first movie was really good.
Then the
I even
second
know this.
one gets
I even know
anti-
this, but the film actually had an Academy Award for Best Picture.
You didn't know that?
Like I think it had nomination for it.
It had nominations for a lot of things if you look it up.
Yeah, but nowadays it's like it's sound effects and visual effects. But like at the time when the movie came out in '77, it had like Best Picture for it's not for a nomination. And I'm gonna tell you, that's crazy for a space opera.
What did I just look? Okay, so no, I think it's really good. It deserves everything it gets, but I think the problem where it went downhill is that George Lucas got a lot of control and he really didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
The prequels weren't good at all. Yes, they have really good tones, but the majority of the film isn't good.
The only prequel that I have to say was probably the better one out of all of them was I think it was the third installment of the prequel trilogy. Revenge of the Sith. I think it's Revenge of the Sith that was probably the better one. That actually kind of
what do you remember about
relates to it. Well, I know for a fact that like how Darth Vader came to be with Anakin Skywalker being burned by lava, and then him trying to crawl out, and then it being carried out and put into a black suit, and then remembering being told that person who gave birth to Luke had died or something. And,
yes.
And that's where the famous no scene came from.
Yeah. So, I want to get off topic because I want to ask you, are we going to try to do this thing once a week or twice a week or what's happening? Or once 2 weeks, what?
Oh, I think probably once a week if there's anything good. Like if there's anything good that catches our eyes.
Can we try to bring up YouTube? Kind of like YouTube in general, like, oh, what's happening in YouTube?
Yeah, we can talk about YouTube, the whole drama stuff as well.
I want to talk about 2 things. One, I finally got my goal for views. I got to 5,000 subscribers, and I'm almost to 6,000.
Nice. I'm only at
94 subscribers.
I'm only at like 68 on my main channel Swaggy channel.
I want to go on this little note, and then I want to get to the drama with Jake Paul, because that could be a topic on its own. We both know that.
Obviously.
But the idea that how YouTube runs, I kind of understand it, but it's really complicated to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It wasn't
like go to the trending page, go look at it. Majority of those videos right now, or what I saw a few days ago, were not even to 1 million views.
Yeah, I know.
Like Jimmy
I
Kimmel.
know. It's totally rigged, and I know for a fact Keemstar was complaining about that shit. He was complaining, why are videos that don't have millions of views on the trending page? It doesn't make any sense.
Want to be like, I understand that some videos don't get 1 million views right away, but the ones that are getting up there should be up there, in my opinion.
If it was on the trending page and it had 1 million likes and million likes, then that would be making sense. But if it doesn't have that much attention and it's on the trending page, what's the point?
Yeah.
There's no point. It wasn't like back in like 2008 when you could just upload anything random and you just get a lot of attention from that. It's 2017. You have to try to do a bait switch to try to get everybody to come to your channel.
Yeah, it's very over. There's too many people, and so I want to get to that point too. Everyone, in a sense, doesn't like Jake Paul. How do you feel about him?
Well, Jake Paul, well, I've heard his brother Logan Paul, but Jake Paul, I'm like, okay, he's a joke.
Are you surprised that everyone's kind of like, this guy's awful? Are you surprised with that?
I'm not generally surprised, to be honest, because I kind of knew he was going to get all this negative attention, especially for the fact that he released that god-awful song Every Day, Bro.
Do you know how many views that has?
Oh, probably like over 10 million.
100 million.
And it's one of the most disliked videos on YouTube. Probably behind that god-awful Jacob Sartorius song.
And after Advanced Warfare.
Oh, yeah, that too. Well, Advanced Warfare is, I think, at number 2.
It's number 1. It has 3 million.
No, I'm talking about dislikes.
Yeah, no, dislikes.
Let me see. Because I think the big one, that had the most dislikes, from my understanding, was, I think, Baby one. Most disliked videos on YouTube. I'm gonna look at that right now.
Yeah, but no. I feel like Jake Paul. I don't know. Like, I don't get his edge. Like, I feel like you see it, but at the same time, you can't see it.
When you were talking about the Infinite Warfare reveal trailer, it has 3.6 million. Baby is number 1, and it has 8.4 million dislikes.
Yeah.
So technically, if Baby didn't count, then Warfare would be number 1 in most disliked.
How many dislikes does Baby have?
8.4. 8.4 mil.
Jesus. That's crazy. I don't know. I feel like Jake Paul is getting all this. Do you think he's gonna make? It's crazy. He has a multi-million-dollar record deal with Atlanta Records.
I heard about that, and just like Keemstar, I'm freaking out about this. I'm like, please, Atlantic,
I'm not surprised.
Don't do this.
I'm not surprised at all when it comes to kind of like this, and I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, in the sense that, well, he's not a rapper. That's first and foremost. He just has a big following behind him. Oh, my throat.
Uh-huh.
And he will never basically lose it. He's not going to lose it for a while. He probably has a year left behind him. He has 1 year. He has a year or two, or at least a few years on this website to be relevant.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Like think about this. Think about this. You know Onision, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about Onision. He got
No.
a lot of
Think about this.
drama.
His channel won't die. His channels won't die. They get about 10,000 views, like, or 50,000, like around there. That's the range.
Mm.
But he's been on the site for at least 2008, 2007 for a while.
Yeah, I think was it one of his friends, Make Me Bad, was there. Like I think a couple years beforehand.
Yeah.
And this guy,
But no, you're never gonna kill some people when it comes to the internet. Like they'll still be here,
like
even after.
like I'll say this. Although I started my main channel in 2014, I wasn't officially like I was actually on YouTube for like this if next if like what was it if next year happened like if it was like August next year, it would be like my 10th year I've been on the platform.
Really?
I'm not even joking. It would be my 10th year.
That's crazy to really think about that your channel's that old. My channel is around 3 years old.
My current channel is about 3. I think December. I think like by Christmas Eve is when I created the account, but I didn't start uploading until January 2015.
I started the date, and I know when I started because I remember uploading it when it would get uploaded at 12 a.m. on New Year's Day. That's when I started my channel, and that's my first video.
My first video.
And I have around. Let me check. 218 views. Hold on, let me check. I don't know. It's around there. I know I have a good amount of. Just that. Yeah, 22 videos.
Yeah.
And half of them I don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like they're kind of like shit posting. I don't care. They're just kind of there to make. If you don't like them, you don't have to watch them. They're kind of there for me. Like my most watched 130 views is my first video, and it's 5 seconds.
Oh wow! Like my first
Yeah.
Well, my first video on the current channel that I have was just a wrestling video, and it only had like it was it I think it was January 16th, 2015 when I uploaded it. No, March 27th, 2015 when I uploaded it. And it was like a very short 5-minute clip. And then the rest of that was just weird, just random gaming content that I did.
Okay.
Whereas my current channel is now just a little bit of gaming, and then it's just mostly news stuff.
What did I do? I made a Let's Play video. And I'll tell you why it was so funny to people. I don't know why. I understand why it's funny, but it was kind of like whatever. I was making a vlog, and then about 2 minutes in, I'm like, okay, guys, I'm kind of bored. I'm gonna make a Let's Play, and then I like stop the video, turn the camera, and then point it at the TV, and you're just seeing just someone playing this Star Wars game, Star Wars Force Unleashed. And you just see him kind of like playing this game, and it's kind of funny and kind of dumb at the same time. Like a dumb fun.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I kind of got some of my views. Like a lot of my views used to get I used to get half of my subscribers to watch. I used to get 50 to 60 views on average for a while. And now it's down from 10 to maybe 15, 10 to 15.
Yeah, my viewership on my channel has like started from like a I don't know, like 100 views or 500 views to now I have like my total views on the entire channel is 13,000.
Okay, so I'm not far behind. I'm like a little over 1/3 because I have 5,600 views. I'm so proud of that. Like you have no idea how proud I am of that.
And my second channel.
I'm more proud of that than I ever will graduate. Like when I graduated high school, I don't care.
Yeah.
I got 5,000 views.
What year are you?
That's how many times. Sophomore.
Oh, I'm a senior, dude. I'm graduating.
Dope. You have fun with that. You better record that. I'm gonna take that video. When you post that, I'm going to steal it and put my friend's graduation.
I don't know.
I will steal that video this ahead of time.
I don't know.
No, but I'm looking at my views. But one video I uploaded, and it was 2 weeks ago because I don't upload like a video a week. I kind of upload whenever. My book reviews, and the video, the thumbnail is a Hitler. It's a Nazi symbol and then a Hitler in the middle.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I love it. I don't know why. I should change it because it's probably gonna get taken down and age restricted or something. But I don't care.
Yeah.
It's funny.
When I was talking about my channel viewership, I have like around 13,000. My second channel has about 11,000.
There you go.
Views, but less subscribers.
It's still views, you know.
Yeah. So if I added that up in total, I'd have a lot more.
Yeah, of course. Well, of course you would. Obviously. But I think one thing with YouTube is that we can't get as many views as we want.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are stuck on these bigger channels that are up.
Yeah.
And no discredit necessarily to the bigger channels. It's just that, you know, these channels are never going to get clicks as much as these other channels, usually.
I can agree with that.
Unless they're on a community channel like BBC Trolling or kind of like
or
any
video
of those, like a
games,
community channel in general.
or machinima.
Like video game channels usually get a lot of views when you think about it on those community channels, and then they get a few thousand because of that.
Yeah, it's basically just like self-promotion, but just much broader medium.
Yeah.
This YouTube, I know, has been changing, and especially the fact that all these just random shit has been going on ever since last year. Of course, with last year being the peak of YouTube drama. Why not just will always stay in my head?
I liked all the drama. It was crazy fun to watch.
The one drama that couldn't get out of my head last year was Leafy and Keemstar.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason it had to be the biggest thing, because I started watching Keemstar I think around April, and the drama shit started around June, and when I heard about that, I was almost like, what? Like what are you talking about, Leafy? What are you talking about? And then he manipulated me into getting into subscribing into his channel. And then by that point, by the time iDubbbz dropped a content cop on him, I was just about done. I unsubscribed to. I feel like I should start unsubscribing to him a couple months later, and completely ignore every video he's ever done.
Yeah.
But just the one video that Leafy did on Keemstar made me go to his channel because of manipulation.
Yeah, I can see it. Do you want to talk about anything else before we go? Like anything else you want to bring up before we,
Oh, I don't know actually. I would say we could talk about the current events, the current YouTube drama going on, like
the Martinez twins and
Life Scum and iDubbbz.
That one's been a little bit long, but we could still touch on it. I think only thing that iDubbbz that he can't say necessarily is, what is it called? You can't see the full picture under this thing. And FaZe Banks went on a podcast. He probably won't go one ever.
Yeah,
we'll never get
I think
on this
it was
one.
on the baited.
Yeah, that he's totally different when he's on camera, but I don't think that's necessarily true.
No,
because I don't he has a short temper when he's on camera, and he had a short temper when he's at the Gabby show. So when I look at that, I'm like, I really don't think. I think that he's a quiet person, all right, but I still think he has a big ego if you push him to it.
Yeah, I pretty much think that too.
But I don't like Rice Gum's response. Majority of it I don't like.
I mean, because pretty much iDubbbz destroyed him in this content cop. Like, I also think iDubbbz is very clever for what he did by titling the video "Content Cop Jake Paul," and so that way he's like instead because of course these YouTubers they think, oh, they're gonna get so much fame just because they put them in the title. And I'm glad iDubbbz did that. It was a smart move that he did. So that way, it's like Bryce Gum wasn't even noticing it until some of his fans started turning against him.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy, like how much that went actually, how fast that really went. I'm like, oh, I know it's gonna go fast. Obviously, I know how iDubbbz content comps are, but I didn't expect it to go as big as it did. I thought I was gonna get like a few less million.
Yeah. I was gonna think it was gonna get like 10 million or so within the first week, just because it's content cup.
Not that the first day.
Yeah, it's crazy because like iDubbbz makes all these sorts of stuff. Like he went from doing like small gaming let's plays to then criticizing Kickstarters to doing bad unboxings and now the content cops.
That's right. It's crazy to think about where he's come from and how he's doing now.
Yeah. And I thought I surfaced across him many years ago, but I didn't really get to like officially get onto his stuff until February. When I heard about him dropping a Constantine Tana Mojo, I thought that was I didn't have much to say. Like it just left me breathless. Just what's to come next.
Yeah. I think one thing we can both agree on that anyone that maybe some people will disagree at the same time they won't, is that you really don't know where iDubbbz is gonna land and when he's gonna make a video.
Oh, definitely.
It's kind of when
it's all part of the bait, like that YouTube has. Like each YouTuber has, like in so many situations. Going back to, of course, to the Rice Gum situation that iDubbbz talked about, when one of Rice Gum's being accused of is the rape accusations. But it's like,
what do you mean by that?
Like he was asking this one girl about if she got raped on while he was streaming.
I don't think anyone could say like, well, he was like in his moment, he wasn't paying attention. No, and I'll tell you why. Because the biggest reason why I don't agree with that is because he was well aware where his surroundings. He was like adrenaline rush like PewDiePie. No, there's no like thing that goes there. No, he was very aware of where he was. He was conscious during it. There's not really an excuse I could use for him.
That would make a whole lot of sense. No.
Yeah.
And just all this whole drama that's going on. Back to what I was talking about, the Tana Mojo. After rewatching it, I feel like it makes a whole lot of sense because Tana Mojo, just like Rice Gum, has done those crap stuff in the past, like saying the N-word, like Keemstar had did, and it was even recorded, and of course she being exposed, and her fan base, of course, just dropping.
Well, that's every iDubbbz content. It's not saying that your career will fall. It's just that people will look at you in a different way.
Oh yeah, that's safe to say.
I don't know. I don't think that we could really, see iDubbbz in a light that he's not gonna. I think iDubbbz is gonna be on here for at least probably 6 more years, in my opinion.
I probably think he's gonna be a little bit more on that. That's because he's like he's almost to his 30s.
Well, yeah, I think he's gonna go until like 35 and then be like, well, I'm either gonna do this when I die, or I'm gonna stop in my mid-30s.
Yeah. But now we're just gonna see all the content copy we can just get. And Deputy if the response had been made.
Alright, anything else before we end off this thing?
I think I'm just
statements?
about good. So to everybody who tuned into the podcast, thank you all so much for listening to it. If you want to stay up to date with us, you can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud at D2D_podcast. And we also have our very own Discord server that you can also join to with the code that we put down below on YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, we'll see you all later on into the next podcast. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And